Hey, what's up guys? My name is LG and today I'm gonna play Factory Simulator. I'm gonna show a tutorial and things they don't explain in their tutorial, just in case you need to know. So you start pretty basic, you have a small thing and actually a tutorial sign right over here, but in case you skipped it and now you don't know what to do, I'm gonna guide you through so you understand how to actually play the game. Now the first thing you need to do is a basic drilling rig. You should just buy it and place it one away from the edge, so you can also buy later on a shop right here. The shop's gonna help you automate, but I'm gonna tell about that later. So the drilling needs one power and you don't have any power at the beginning except for the 1000 you have in storage, so you need to build the most basic generator, and that's coal. You can place it about here. Now to get coal you should use the filter, so only the coal goes into coal, because the drill actually rigs a lot of different things at the same time, and to set it up you're just gonna rotate it a little bit. Now I'm gonna choose that the coal gets out of it, and that means that on the white point of the white arrow the coal is going to go and the black is everything else. Now I just set up a few more conveyor belts and turn it on. So if I place a new thing right over here, now I have a conveyor belt which will take everything else. So this is now coal and it's generating 2 power every 80 seconds. The next thing you should do probably is set up a shop so you can actually automate the game. You always need to be careful where the green bar is pointing, there's where things will go out. Now the drill has 300 durability on the beginning, and every time it drills something it loses 1. You can pause here just in case you didn't know, in the top left corner. Now the drill will go out, destroy itself in exactly 3000 seconds, that's 50 minutes of work, and after that you will need to buy it. But if you want you can set up auto buy, which will every amount of time you choose buy. So you should choose about 2700 or 2500, because the actual drill guest has 300 maximum durability, but the repair kit only has 250. So you should set up about 2500 and then it will be automatically refilling. Now this game doesn't run when you turn off your phone, but you can leave it overnight with your screen on and it should stay on. If you have Game Booster, then it definitely stays on, because some newer Samsung devices have Game Boosters and that's why it stays on the whole night. But now to go on. The things you should build on the beginning is lock and speakers. Now tutorial shows you how to build exactly how to build them, the whole process and everything, but I'm gonna just show you how to quickly build a small system that works everything. Now the best thing to do, which I personally think is the best, is to all the ores automatically go into the macerator. This thing uses 1 ore to create 2, so it doubles your ingot production, and to produce ingots you need a furnace. Now on the beginning 1 macerator and 1 furnace is enough, but when you get better you can use splitters to do a multiple one, so it doesn't get jammed, because the more you have drills the faster it drills. Now I'm gonna place a storage and a filter again. Now this filter will give me tin ingots in this direction, and everything else will go into the storage. And the next thing you need to build to actually create your first set of speakers is a wire mill. Wire mill will create thin wire from thin ingots. And then all you need to do is create a circuit electronics assembler, and also you can check everything you need to do here. A regular assembler to assemble the speakers here. So now this wire will go into 2 different things, and you place a splitter 2 directions. Now half of it is going to go into this one, the other half will go into this thing directly. Now, because this thing needs 4 and speakers need 4 of each, means that you should set the red one, or the one that's pointing towards this circuit assembler, to have 4 times more wires so they create simultaneously and it doesn't get thousands in one and only a few hundred in the other. Now that you have that, you should just build sales area, and when everything gets created, it should automatically be done. Of course, I did make a mistake here. These things aren't actually yet set up. It should be look like this actually for it to actually work, but for now I'm just gonna let it be like this. Here we go, our first door, and it goes into here. It takes some time and you can't actually upgrade it yet because you need to research first. And on the beginning it doesn't give you any research points, but when you build things like the speakers, you get some research points. For instance, for each speaker you sell, you get 2.5, no, for each speaker you build, you get 2.5 research points. And later in the game, you get a lot of them very fast. Now, if you build a similar system as mine, you still have $300. And to actually earn more money, you can just build... No, actually, you don't need it. You already have one. You can just build more conveyor belts and just place them like this. So the ingots you aren't yet using go automatically there. I also forgot to set up this thing. So yeah, the tin ingots are going into here now. I'm gonna just unload a few of these. So the wire gets created and you create speakers, and that's pretty much for the most basic tutorial. Now what you should also consider is that nothing is completely automated. You need to do a lot of things by yourself from the beginning, especially set up these things to work completely. So the game is not actually hard, just the tutorial they give you doesn't actually show you everything you should know. And from the other things, it does show you the loading area, which is quite simple to use actually. Only thing you need to do is point a conveyor belt into it, but the rest of it, not really. So as you progress, you should also unlock some of those products, because those products will be able to build later. And the further down you go, the more you earn, but it's also much more complicated to build them. I personally think that when you get to the keyboard, that one is quite simple, straightforward. You take plastic, the circuit and wires, and you get $70 out of it. So you should consider that. Also, you can build multiple of these if this thing gets too many at the same time. Or you can just build new drills if that's the case. Now here I made a mistake you could probably do. I put it very close together, so now if I want to upgrade I need to move everything just so I can place another rig. But the best way to do this actually is to look like this. You should make it like this and then move a few conveyor belts down. The reason why that's the best is because then it's the easiest to actually upgrade those. Now I can, just by this design, I can put more if I just move this correctly. So yeah, right here now, okay, I'm gonna... So yeah, only thing I need to do is conveyor belts, and I can place now 5 more of the drills. Now I don't have that much money, but I could, yeah. This is how it should look later on. Now what you always take care of is the power. You see here it shows you my one will be discharged in almost 4 minutes, and the capacity. Now it's usually a bad thing to have energy deficiency, so when you get it you should just pause the game and upgrade something. And in case you run out of money and have nothing in storage, this is just trash, something that falls off the conveyor belt, so it's practically worthless. But yeah, they added a function so you can watch a video and earn money. Also you have a money machine, which on the beginning you can have 100 additional bucks, that helps. Other than that, the game is pretty straightforward. If you do set up an auto buy on these kits for like 200,000 settings, and you're afraid that they will go to waste. They actually can't, because in its storage a drill can hold an infinite amount of repair kits. But in case you see there are too many, you can always just turn off the auto buy function just by pressing cancel up here. So yeah, the more you progress in the game gets very much harder and you do unlock more lots. That's not actually useful for the beginning, because right now I don't actually get enough stuff to use these things. So what you just should do is a basic factory and let it run for some time so it earns you some money. I don't know if I create... No, I didn't yet create even my first speaker, because it's a slow game on the beginning, that's true. So at some point when you play for a few days and maybe even later on overnight, your factory can actually look like this. This is my actual one where I play. So I created a drilling part where everything's being drilled, and it goes into this one, this filter, where all the coal goes into this part of electricity, and everything else goes to this line of furnaces and macerators. So there are a few which are very full, but the rest of them gets one and processes it out, and then the ingots come out, go into this machine. So here I'm creating keyboards. Down here are mouses, these are keyboards, and have two for speakers. And up here I was creating locks, and now I'm just getting out the ingots so I earn some money. With the other things, you didn't actually able to build anything yet on the beginning. You can just simply build a hydraulic press. It's 30 bucks each, and it creates a plate out of any ingot you put in. The reason why you should do that is because when you take a look over here, a copper plate is worth $1.8 and the copper ingot's 1.5. I mean, it's not much, but it's more, it's profit. It's higher profit, so that should be useful. Also, you can put a lot of things in here. I don't know if there is a limit or not. I haven't tested that one yet. But you're gonna need a lots of these things to actually unlock and research these things. So if you can put it in, don't sell all. Just if you have thousands, sell like half of it. Otherwise, you can just store it for some time, because like you can use it later on. And yeah, I have electricity more down here. And if you don't need something, you can always sell it. But my advice is leave it in some corner, like right down here. And you might actually need it later on, so you don't have to buy it because you don't get the full price. Other than that, I mean, you get the idea. The game is very simple, it's good. I mean, it's a new game. It was released, I think, February this year. And it's being constantly updated, so there might be some new things by the time I release this video. Well, that's gonna be all. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, because that's gonna mean a lot to me. Other than that, well, thanks for watching. See you again, probably.